Bitch. What is going on? What is going on? Man, I tell you what's going on. I finally got my contract set with the new guy of Office 365. I'm very happy about that. It's a new company, and again, I can't say much about it at this time, but it's a new company, and they do a lot of marketing, advertising, and a lot of other different things that I still don't fully understand just yet. But I will be getting a full brief coming up pretty soon here. Also, I'm trying to come up with some ideas for them as soon as I fully understand what the company is about and how they need to, disseminate their information throughout the company, is to figure out a way to utilize Office 365 for that particular purpose. And that is where I want to come to in this discussion of my Windows Phone fanatic deal here. Windows Phone, okay. Microsoft Office developed SharePoint, and Microsoft Office developed Exchange. They also developed Microsoft Communicator, which is now known as Link. And also, they're the ones that invented, or I think they bought Live Meeting. And then they integrated live meeting, a little bit of live meeting, a little bit of communicator into Microsoft Link, which is what we know today. And Link actually stands for Live Meeting Communicator. You know, if you LYNC, I forgot what the N stands for, but I think the LY, live meeting, or the L part, and then the communicator, which is the C part. I think that's creative how they came up with that name, and the fact that they were trying to show that they're trying to keep both essences, the best of both, and bring it into one. And Microsoft Link has been well accepted by a lot of corporations. It's not like Windows 8 or even Windows Phone, where a lot of companies are like, this sucks. I think I prefer Google Hangout now. Microsoft Link is well accepted, and that's what a lot of people don't get. Is that in the corporate world, people love Microsoft. In the consumer world, people love Google products and services as well as Apple. And me, myself, and I just believe in one ecosystem that works. Yes, I do use a lot of Google stuff, like hence these videos or on YouTube. YouTube was bought out by Google. Now you can say, well, Microsoft did not make Live Meeting. That's true. Live Meeting, I believe, was by someone else. But did Google come up with YouTube? No, they didn't. And the fact is, Google had a video sharing site, um, which was which ran for several years. It was called Google Videos, and you can upload these 2 hour long videos. I think there was like a 1 gigabyte limit on the video size itself, but as long as it was like under 1 gigabytes, you were able to upload these long videos. And of course, this was just at the beginning of high definition, so it wasn't a whole lot of high definition content going on to Google Video. So imagine your videos can be about 6 hours long if you compress it right. Under 1 gigabytes of standard video, you can upload a whole city council meeting. And a lot of people in the city councils, a lot of cities were uploading their city council meetings to Google Video for years. And I'm surprised they're not using Google or YouTube, because YouTube is definitely has improved in the amount of features that it has today. And in fact, that you can upload unlimited videos, which it's always been that case. They the restriction, if you become a partner, which is not very hard to do, you just got to maintain the terms and service of your account. You can upload videos that are so long. I mean, it could be high definition videos, up to like 2 or 3 or 4 hours long. I mean, who would want to sit there through a 4 hour video on a computer? I don't know, but the fact is, you can. And so if you have like a city council meeting or a board meeting that you want to upload, you can do it on YouTube very easily. Sorry, cedar in the air. So what I use Google a lot. I do. I use a lot of Google services, but I prefer Microsoft. I really do. And when it comes to searching on the internet, Bing does it for me. It does. There are some times where I have to jump over to Google to get a second opinion about certain things. Like, okay, Bing's not giving me what I need. Let me check Google now. Oh, okay. And then I, pick and choose, based on whatever observations and it's all based upon opinion. But my primary search engine is Bing. I just prefer it. It does better searches as far as I'm concerned. I do have to say that Google Maps, yeah, Google Maps. I mean, Google has spent a lot of time and money into the development of their maps. Street views everywhere. I mean, they got more street views than Bing Maps and Nokia has together. And one thing that you have to remember too is that Google doesn't have a lot of access to countries like Microsoft has. Microsoft is everywhere. Google is almost everywhere. Okay? They're almost there, but they're not quite there yet. When it comes to business, people love Microsoft to death. Microsoft is the only choice. Now, where I work here at the company I work now, they use Google Apps. I miss Microsoft. I mean, and I can see how using Microsoft Office 365 would improve upon the productivity of this company. I really do. But they're stuck on Google Apps, and it's okay. Hey, it works. Google Apps does not suck. Okay, and I never said that. I never said Google Apps suck. I prefer Office 365. Like I said in many of my videos here, that I use Google Apps for my personal domain emails. I have domain names that are personal, and I receive all my personal email on Google Apps because I'm grandfathered in to the 50 accounts per tenant. So I have 50 free licenses that I can use at any time. I'm only using like 8 of them. For my wife, she has her domain names and she has emails created under those. So she has accounts, I have accounts, and it works just grand and dandy. It really does. It works just fine. Um, and we use and through my domain name, I have several services that I use: Google AdSense, Google Apps, or I mean, yeah, Google Apps, and I have a couple of Google Docs that I'm using. And yes, I'm actually using Google Documents. I'm not talking about Microsoft Word and Google Documents. I'm talking about Google Docs, um, in the Google Drive portion. I use YouTube a lot. I love YouTube. I think it's the best thing in the world. And Google bought them, and that was a good move for Google. Even though they're not making a lot of money with YouTube, they're really not. Google makes their money off of search and ads. That's their biggest money maker, basically. It's good is search and ads. Everything else is basically being subsidized by Google search and ads. And YouTube is not a big money maker. It costs more money to run that service, to have a service where you can upload unlimited videos and to have high definition streaming videos and servers that can handle that. I mean, that's a lot of horsepower that goes behind YouTube to keep YouTube going. Uh, and all the ads in the world they can put on it is basically really not paid for. No one can afford YouTube. No one, because you won't make any money whatsoever. So luckily, Google has other income that helps subsidize that particular program. Now, that's the difference between Microsoft and Google, I have to say, is that a lot of the Microsoft programs is supported on itself. It has to have itself to support it. And Microsoft is limited to licensing. That's why they just got into cloud-based services with Microsoft Office. You pay a monthly subscription fee, and there you go. You got Office, and you got extra space on the SkyDrive account. That wasn't like that before. A person will go out and buy Microsoft Office 2007, and they'll keep it for 10, 20 years and never buy another edition or never upgrade. And that's one reason behind that is a lot of people don't like change, and Microsoft has been changing the interface a lot. So imagine that you're having to, buy Microsoft Office every single time. Well, I got to get back in. No, actually, I still got a few minutes. Okay, I thought I was running out of time. My bad. So, Microsoft wasn't really, is not really making a whole lot of money. Oh yeah, I gotta go. So, peace out.